have your attention, please? First of all, I want to welcome all of you. This is an exciting day and a very impressive day. I've been principal for 7 years here now, and I was talking to Miss Baker, who was a guidance counselor here for more years than that. And neither one of us know or are familiar with having a college president come to speak to a group of students. So that in itself is pretty impressive, and we're excited to have our friends from Eastern Kentucky University here. They've got a wealth of information. They've got a wealth of programs and opportunities for you, both near and all the way up at Richmond. But there's many opportunities very close here as well. So we're excited to have them, and I believe there'll be some information that will be valuable and worthwhile to you. So I'm going to turn it over to Miss Tamara at this time, who will introduce and get us started here.
Good morning. Good morning. We are so excited to be here with you guys today, and we do have a lot of information. We appreciate your time. We are excited to be here to talk to you about EKU, but also about whether or not you want to make a decision to go to college. So we're going to give you a lot of information today. I'm going to introduce you to a few folks first that you might want to talk to. We're going to give you some time to ask questions later, but once we're done, if you have other questions that don't get answered, talk to any of us. I'm going to introduce you to a few folks. These three guys will be speaking. First, Dr. David McFadden, our president at EKU. Dr. Danny Moore, who's our vice president for diversity, equity, and inclusion and student life. I think I got those backwards, sorry. And Sean Zablisky, he is our director of freshman recruitment. Over here, come out here, guys. These are our regional campus folks. Those folks that you're gonna probably be working with. Also, our recruiter for this high school is Mr. Jeff Durham there on the end. So you guys, if you're interested in EKU, you're probably already talking to him. We have Trent Poole right next to him, and next to him is Tiffany. Tiffany's the recruiter at our Corbin campus. So all these folks are folks that you can rely on to get information about EKU when we're done today. Up in the stands up there, we have Mr. Terry Gray. He is he's excited to be here. He's the director of our regional campuses, so he has tons of information. And so lots of people here who can answer questions for you if you have them today. So we're going to get started a little bit. I'm going to show you a QR code here. This QR code is how you will register for today's event. Our president's going to give away something later, and to get a chance to get that something, you have to register for this. I'll let him, I'm not going to steal his thunder and tell you what it is. So please scan the QR code and register for the event so you'll be eligible for the giveaway later. All right, so today is all about you. We are going to talk to you about, we're going to talk to you about your decision first. Why you should make a decision to go to college. We're going to give you some information about your experience. Dr. Danny Moore is going to tell you what it's like to be a student at EKU. We'll talk to you about your progress towards degree, and then the return on your investment for getting your college degree. But first, we're going to show you a little bit about what it's like to be a colonel at EKU with a short video. Tap the screen. Hey, tap the screen. No? Okay, now. Well, I hope you saw some things in that video that got you excited to be a colonel, and we're going to talk to you a lot about some of the things you did see in that video in a little bit. But first, I'm going to introduce you to our president, Dr. David McFadden. He is a native Eastern Kentuckian from Johnson County. He knows what it's like to be a student from Eastern Kentucky looking to get into higher education, so he'll tell you about his experience. He's also a first-generation college student, so he was the first in his family to go to college. So he has a lot to share with you today about that experience and why you should go to college. So, Dr. David McFadden.
All right, thank you, Dr. Watson. Good morning, Panthers. How are we doing this morning? Good. Now, come on. You got to give me a little better than that. How are we doing this morning? All right. So we are excited to have you here. You know, every setup's a little different. I hope you could see that video. There's a lot of amazing things going on at EKU. We'll talk a little later about some of the things that you saw, some of the unique degree programs. You're going to hear from some folks. And if you didn't get that QR code, our folks right out front here will have some printouts of that so you can scan it and you can do that. So let me see a quick show of hands. How many of you are thinking about going to college? Let's see a show of hands. All right, keep those hands up. Let me ask everybody else and those who have their hands up. If I were to offer you $1.6 million this morning to go to college, how many of you would go? I see a few more hands. There are some that cannot be motivated by money, I see. So that's good. Hold on to your guys. You put your hands down. So $1.6 million, that is the average increase in total lifetime earnings between having a high school diploma and having a college degree. That is an investment in you. As Dr. Watson said this morning, it is about you. This morning is about you. And we are proud to be here, and I'm proud to be maybe the first university president, at least in the last decade, to come and talk to Knox Central about why it's important to think about college. Now, we want you to think about EKU, but I want you to think about you. I want you to think about what is possible. And I want to take a minute and I want to thank the administrators, the teachers, the college coaches around here somewhere. These individuals are building into you every day. They are building into your success, and they are challenging you to think about what is possible. And I will tell you that it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but it was over 25 years ago. I was sitting where you're sitting as a student who had never went to college. No one in my family had went to college. I did not know exactly how I was going to pay for college. And yet, through the power of education, I stand here today as the president of one of our of the great institutions of higher learning here in Kentucky. I want to talk a little bit about the degrees and the jobs that we have here at EKU. As we think about what we're known for powering the communities in Kentucky. From education to social work to healthcare to first responders. We are your university that is powering your communities. As we think about those degrees that matter, whether you want to stay here and live and work and start your family, or whether you want to go anywhere in the world, we've got a degree that will help support you in doing that. And not only that, we are #1 for educating Kentuckians per capita. We are #1 for making sure that our graduates, 6 months upon graduation, are employed, fully employed in the work that they want to do. And further, we rank tops amongst institutions when we talk to our graduates. After they've graduated, they've chosen their field of work, they are satisfied and they are prepared for the work that we're doing. So what we do is about you, and that is important for us. As we think about how to get there, how to get that degree and how to finish it, we are committed to your success. We are committed to making sure that if you choose us, that we are going to support you in everything that we do. There are institutions where you will go, where on the first day they will say, look to the left and look to the right. One of these two people is not going to be here on graduation day. I promise you that if you come to EKU, then our mantra is look to the left, look to the right. Now let's lock arms and make sure that we get there together. And we're going to commit to making sure that we do that in an affordable and an effective way. And to do that, we've done some amazing things that I'll talk about a little later to make sure that college is affordable for you. Because let me see a show of hands. How many of you are concerned about the cost of going to college? Yeah. That's a concern for all of us. We all have to figure out how to make the money work. And I want to let you know that we are committed to that success. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to have Sean come up here. I'm going to have Sean, actually I'm going to have Dr. Moore come up here first. And then we'll have Sean come up and talk about some specifics. But yes, college is about outstanding academic experiences. Yes, college is about making sure that you're prepared for your job. But it's okay to say that college is about having fun too. And so Dr. Moore, while he's the Vice President for Student Life, Chief Diversity, Equity, Inclusion Officer, I like to call him the King of Fun. And so he'll talk a little bit about what all the great things we're doing at EKU to make sure that you make all the memories you want to keep. Danny?
How's everyone doing? Okay. When the president said, how's everyone doing? I heard someone up here really loud. How's everyone doing? Someone pointed. Who was really loud? Okay, can you do it? Can you stand up and be really loud? How's everyone doing? There we go. That's better. That's better. So I'm going to talk briefly about your experience. So when I think back to when I went to college many years ago, because I'm really old, and I went to college a long time ago, right? Do I look really old, like I went to college a long time ago? Okay. So when I went to college, one thing that I did in college, so I had a great academic experience, but I also had a lot of fun. So when I think about college, I think about Eastern specifically, we double down on making sure students have an exceptional experience. So we coined the term E3. So when you hear E3 on our campus, that means we're going to have something very fun for students to do. So if you see some of these images, and you might have saw some of the videos, so part of our exceptional Easter experience includes concerts. In April, we have Young Gravy coming to campus. We have Hunter Hayes coming to campus. We just announced Glorilla will be coming in the fall, so anyone coming to Easter next year can see Glorilla. And I think that the interesting thing about these concerts that we host on our campus, these are free events for our students. So you can look at any other school in the state, really, I think any other school anywhere, and it's rare that you're gonna have an opportunity to see these level of performers on campus free. All you have to do is swipe your student ID and you get to participate. That sounds like fun, right? Yeah. There we go. But I think we also have a lot of other things. We have state-of-the-art athletics. So you think about athletic events, you get to participate and attend Division I athletics for free. We have a state-of-the-art recreation center, one of the largest rock climbing walls in the state. So you think about this, all these things are free to you as a student. We also, anybody want to live on campus when they go to college? Raise your hand if you plan to live on campus. Okay, so that's quite a few. We have a residential life experience that I think is unmatched. We have something for everyone. Okay. If you want the newer hall, if you want something that's more legacy, more affordable, any option for you as a student to live on campus in our state-of-the-art residence halls. And I also like to say they're also very walkable. You know, when you think about residence halls at many campuses, you have long walks. For us, we have residence hall right in the core of our campus, right next to what I like to say the social hub of campus. And then we have study abroad opportunities. We have over 200 student organizations. If you're like me, you want to join a fraternity or sorority, you want to be a part of student government. We have 16 Division I athletic programs. And we also have, if you're not familiar with that area, we have beautiful hiking trails, whether it's the Red River Gorge, whether it's the Pinnacles, which are about 20 minutes from our campus. So we have really invested in making sure you have a good time when you attend our campus. Now I'm going to have Sean talk about your progress.
Yeah, so how's it going? Good. All right, so your progress. So who here is a senior? Okay, a lot of you guys. Who here has applied so far? Who here has not applied that's going to? Let's have the CD hands. Okay, there's one right here. All right, so at EKU, it is free to apply. So if you are a senior, please meet with us so you can apply afterwards. If you're a junior, I see a lot of juniors over here, you can start applying for free EKU July 1st. So keep in mind that if you scan the QR code, we'll get your email, your information, so July 1st rolls around, we'll send you an email to make sure that you can apply, get those amazing scholarships, come visit EKU. It's an amazing campus to come visit. Who here has been to EKU's campus before? Okay, go ask your friends if you've not been yet. It is gorgeous. It's my favorite campus in the state of Kentucky. There's so much going on. We talked about the concerts, all the awesome things that we do. Please come check us out, especially in the fall time. We're going to have events on most Saturdays for home football games, so you can get into the game for free. So please come check us out. All right, so who here loved that video that we posted? It is my favorite video. It really is. It kind of highlights EKU very, very quickly. What majors or cool things did you guys see on the video? Nobody? Concerts. Anything else? Firefighters. Aviation. Car exploding. Nursing, I heard nursing. Okay, so that was some of our amazing majors, but we have over 100 career-focused academic programs. We have a lot of majors that only EKU offers, like aviation, like homeland security, like fire arson investigation. We have so many amazing programs that when I go talk to high school students, I say this, I don't ask them what they want to major in, I said, what do you want to do once you graduate? EKU is the school to get you the job once you graduate. I know President McFadden talked about it. That is what EKU is known for. So if you're saying to yourself, this is my dream job, this is what I want to do, EKU is going to be the school for you. And when you're looking at institutions, let's say you're looking around, please look into this word, career focused. That means with our majors, we have co-ops, internships, amazing job placement rate. Our faculty has worked in the field. So if you're wanting to get that dream job, have an amazing college experience, and then graduate with not that much debt or no debt at all, come look at EKU because it's absolutely amazing to go to. And then our wraparound services, this is a big one for high school students. This is something that I know scares a lot of high school students. They say, when I go to college, will I know my professors? Do they have tutoring services? Do they have health services? We have all of that. So luckily at EKU, our largest classroom is about 30 students. In your major-based classes, you're looking around 15 to 16. So if you're worried about going to college and saying, do I walk in an auditorium like this, be surrounded by 300 other students, I use a clicker to check in, my professor will never know me by name, that is not happening at EKU. All the professors know you personally. They will email you if you miss class. If you're late on an assignment, they'll know you. And when you actually go to the job field, your professors will be able to vouch for you. So like I talked about, these professors are in the field, they work, they know what goes on. And so when you apply for those jobs, our professors know you and can vouch for you. Our counseling center. I talked about our amazing tutoring services. We have one-on-ones, we have group sessions, we have virtual. Let's say it's time management. Let's say it's studying for classes. Let's say it's test anxiety. We have all of that. The Center for Inclusive Excellence and Global Engagement. This is an amazing center where students from all different types of backgrounds have their own space in our Pell building that they can come study, listen to music, they host events. Danny, if you have questions afterwards, please come talk to Danny because he oversees it. It's an absolutely amazing center. Our academic and career services. This is the big one. Job placement. We help students with their resumes. We do mock one-on-ones with students where they go for job interviews. We help them dress. We even have a closet where if you need a suit or a dress to actually go to a job interview, we actually have that on campus. That department's absolutely amazing. If you do come to EKU, make sure that they're your best friends. And then campus health. Let's say you're worried about going to EKU, you're away from home. Do I have a pharmacy I can go to? If I get sick, can I go get checked out? Do I have strep? Do I not have strep? We have all those amazing services right on campus. Our campus health center is dead in the middle. It's like a max 2-minute walk from all the housing options we have. It's right by our eating center and then some of our academic buildings. So trust me, if you're worried about health, studying, campus itself, job placement, all that, you have every single resource that you can possibly imagine on campus. And the best part about that, we have a ton of staffing. I know some students I talk to all the time, they said, well, what with their tutoring center, what if I'm not good at math? Do I have to wait in line for 4 hours to get help? No, you can get help right away. And then I'm going to introduce President McFadden again.
All right. Let's talk a little bit about the return on investment. I talked a little bit earlier about the $1.6 million. Now I want to talk about this, that individuals with a college degree, that you become the architect of your own success. When you think about what it is, and Sean talked about this, it's not so much about what do you want to learn, it's what do you want to do. And the beautiful thing about having a college degree, we've seen this statistically, is that when things are not going great in the marketplace, guess what? You're not out of work. When you don't like what it is that you're doing and you want to do something else, you've got that credential, you've got that tool to open the door to perhaps do something else that you want to do. And as someone who's from southeastern Kentucky, I truly believe you also got the skills and the ability to create that thing that you want to do. The job of the future is likely not the job that you're going to get working for someone else. It's going to be the job that you create. And so entrepreneurship and opportunity is such a critical part of what we're doing. So talk a little bit about cost. Talked earlier about the return on investment and the cost. You'll see here that at EKU, our in-state tuition is $9,546. You'll see we've got our housing plan and our meal plan here, but I will tell you that when we look at a student who is coming to us, who has done well in school, and I want to tell you right now, what you do here matters. Those keys dollars matter. Those scholarships matter. And I'm going to talk a little bit about our scholarships. We can make college very, very affordable for you. And in fact, I will say this, our commitment to you includes a neat program that we run called our Booksmart program. How many of you, anybody here heard about Booksmart at EKU? Nobody's heard about Booksmart. All right, I got a chance to talk about Booksmart. So during the pandemic, I had a chance to meet a young lady from Hyden, Kentucky. She was a first-generation college student. I take a chance to go out and see students all the time. That is what I am passionate about. We were talking about her career path, and I said, "What's your major?" And she said, "I'm majoring in psychology, but I really want to be a nurse." And I said, "Well, if you want to be a nurse, why are you majoring in psychology?" And she said, "Well, the textbooks in nursing are so expensive that I just couldn't afford to continue to buy the textbooks to pursue the degree in the passion that I wanted to pursue." I will tell you that that struck a chord with me, and I went back to my office and I thought, I'm going to pay for her textbooks. And then I said, no, wait a minute. I'm going to pay for everybody's textbooks. Because we cannot call ourselves the School of Opportunity at Eastern Kentucky University if you cannot pursue truly the thing you're passionate about because you can't afford the textbooks. So we are the only school in Kentucky, and one of few in the nation, where if you come to Eastern as an undergrad, on campus, online, at the Corbin campus, at the Manchester campus, anywhere, your textbooks are free. Because I do not want to limit your opportunities by the fact that you can't afford the textbooks. And textbooks are expensive. It is a big investment that we make. Also, if you look at our merit scholarships, we are test optional for all of our scholarships except for our top tier scholarship, which means your high school GPA is going to determine what level of scholarship that you get. And I will tell you that when we look at our student body, 100% of our students get some scholarship. Whether it's the book scholarship, whether it's a merit scholarship, whether it's a foundation scholarship, 100% of our students are getting some support in that scholarship arena. So you can see here what our merit scholarships look like. You can see that starting at 3.0 going up to that 3.8 to a 4.0. The top one also requires an ACT, but we have got something for everyone here. And I will challenge that we are one of the most, if not the most affordable public institutions in Kentucky with degrees that matter. So, the big part about today is that I did want to tell you a little bit about EKU. That was important for you to learn a little bit about us. But I want to hear from you. The reason that I want to come out and do this is because I have sit in your shoes. I know what it's like to think about making this big decision and maybe not having all the answers to all the questions. So we want to take a few minutes this morning and we want to answer those questions. What's on your mind? What do you want to know about? What's important to you? If it has to do with EKU, we'll absolutely answer that. If it just has to do with higher education and getting a degree, we'll help you with that as well. But before I do that, what I want to do is for all the faculty and all the staff and the administrators who are here that are supporting you every day, help me in giving them a big round of applause and thank you very much. Something that I am very passionate about is that educators make such a difference in the lives of our communities. And I will tell you that if you're thinking about education as a career pathway, come and see us. We want to be a part of that. We are innovating in that space. We have a laboratory school on our campus. We can prepare you to be the next generation of great educators. And believe me, our communities, our schools, our state needs the next generation of great educators. So with that, let me open it up and see what kind of questions we got. So here's the deal. If you'll ask me some questions, I'll reveal the big secret here in just a minute, okay? Is that a deal? All right, let's get some questions. Yes. question is about financial aid and about the FAFSA and doing the FAFSA. And Danny's got some gifts there. That's a nice toboggan you got there, Danny. So the question was about this year's taxes. So you will need to fill your FAFSA out for the current year that you're going into. So let me ask this question. Show of hands, how many are planning to go to college this fall? Show of hands. How many of you have filled out your FAFSA? Okay, if the hand come down, you need to do that FAFSA. There's a lot of money on the table available for the FAFSA. But yes, the recertification of that, we will work with you to try to work with that aid package. But there are hundreds of millions of dollars left on the table because people just don't fill out that FAFSA. So yes, that updated information will need to be put in the system, but we will work with you that if something changes year over year, if there's a gap to be filled, our financial aid folks will work with you as best they can to try to support you. And the Merit Scholarship is not impacted in any way. That is simply your federal Pell Award or your Stafford Award. Those federal funds are the only thing that's impacted, or if you would qualify for a state fund like a CAP or a KTG grant. All right, yes?
Is there a golf management degree?
There is a professional golf management degree at EKU. It's a 4-year degree. And at EKU, we are one of 16 PGM programs in the nation. We have placed students upon graduation at some of the most premier golf courses, working with the PGA of anywhere in the world. And so we've got graduates in Jupiter, Florida. We've got graduates at the Greenbrier. We've got graduates all over who are doing amazing things in the PGM program. Yes?
So how does your school do with like the arts?
So the question was about the arts, and so both performing arts and the visual arts, we have a center for creative and collaborative arts on campus. We have a state-of-the-art Center for the Arts. If you've not been to campus, it is a 2,200 seat facility that I would argue is the nicest arts venue anywhere in the state. We have got some great programs there, particularly in the visual arts, as we have students who work in that space. We do have the Foster Music Camp, so we run the second longest running music camp in the nation. And so there's a lot of opportunity there around the arts at EKU as well. I'm going to move over here and then I'll move to the back. What do we got? So the question was about the classroom environment. And so, Sean, I don't remember if that slide is in there, but our faculty to student ratio is about 18 to 1. So likely, once you get beyond some of your introductory classes, you're going to be in classes that are smaller than your high school classes. So the faculty member whose name is on there that you're registered for the course is going to be the person teaching that course. They're going to know you by name. They're going to be able to know whether this is something that, are you succeeding in? Do you need some help with that? Do you need some additional services? So it is a very intimate setting to make sure that you're getting the support that you need. Yep. All right, deadline for making the decision this year is May 1st. Yeah.
April 15th to be admitted for a scholarship, May 1st for the decision.
Yep. So you got to get it by April 15th for the scholarship, and then May 1st will be the overall acceptance. So you have a 2-week window there to make that decision to accept. Yes, ma'am. So medically, what do we offer other than nursing? We offer medical laboratory science. We offer nursing. We offer occupational therapy. We offer a pre-PT program. We offer a pre-med school program. We have exercise. We have exercise science. So we are discontinuing our graduate program in athletic training and our athletic training program, but most students there are going into exercise science. We do not, so some of the technical degrees you may be asking about, like radiology and something, we do not have those technical programs. However, many go to the community college, do that radiology degree, and maybe want to go on and get a 4-year degree to put with that. And healthcare administration as well. Yes. On average, so we are about 14,500 students as an institution. We have about 10,000 students on the Richmond campus in some capacity. We have about 4,500 who live in the dorms on campus, largely freshmen and sophomores. The rest tend to find themselves living there kind of in the local Richmond community. A lot of commuters, I looked at Terry Gray over here. Our Corbin campus and our Manchester campus have a lot of resources and a lot of things that are available there for students who perhaps want to be commuters who come from the southeastern Kentucky footprint. But we are an institution that's growing. This past year, we've seen double-digit growth in our freshman class the last 2 years in a row, and we are expecting this fall to have 3,000 new freshmen, which will be the largest class in institutional history. Yes? So we have a series of film production, video production coursework. So there's some that is kind of on the production of biographies and kind of being behind the camera. We have some opportunities to do some training in front of the camera as well. And so we've got some great faculty who do work in that space, and they're part of that that Center for the Visual and Visual Performing Arts. Yes? Say again? What kind of sports? So we have 18 Division I sports programs. We offer football. So we're a Division I school. Football, men's basketball, women's basketball, softball, baseball, women's soccer. We have men's and women's tennis. We have cross country. We hold about 72 conference championships in distance running. We have men's and women's track and field, indoor and outdoor. And I missed volleyball. We have volleyball and beach volleyball. So we have got a plethora of Division I sports, but we have got a lot of club sports as well. And so we've got club sports, everything from rugby to hockey to you name it. If somebody's interested in playing it, we've got it, and we've got the facilities for. So I'm gonna take about. I got four more questions. I got 4 more beanies. I'm gonna come down here. What do you got? So, the question was about Young Gravy, and whether he just wanted to come to our campus for free. No, we invest in that opportunity for you. So the university pays to have these artists come so that you can enjoy that free of cost. So we work hard to try to make that work for you. And I depend on Dr. Moore over here to stay very in vogue and know what it is that you all want to listen to. So I appreciate him keeping me in the loop. All right.
Okay.
I've skipped you twice, right?
Do you guys have a good theater program?
So theater. So we do not have a degree in theater. However, we do theater production. It's an English major with a theater concentration. So you would end up with a bachelor's in English. You can have a concentration in theater, but we do production. In fact, I think they're working on Legally Blonde right now as a show they're getting ready to put on. Yeah, we do theater production on campus. There's an opportunity for both, vocal and instrument participation. We use the orchestra to support that. So it's a great experience, and we've got a great venue for that to happen. All right, I got 2 more questions. 2 more questions. All right. I neglected this group for a little bit. Over here to Red. What do you got? All right. Minimum ACT score to get into Eastern. We don't really have a minimum, but the ACT score is going to really dictate what kind of aid that you're going to get. So if you've got a score, you feel like you want to work on a score, sit down with our admissions folks. If you're not happy with what you've got, we'll also help you if you come to campus. You can take that test when you get to campus as well, and a lot of the students see some improvements in that. We no longer do remedial courses either. So on day 1, if you feel like you're a little behind in math or a little behind in English, we'll make sure that you're getting credit for those courses from day 1 moving forward. And so really, when we say school of opportunity, if you've got a desire to go to college, we're going to do everything we can to work with you to try to make that possible. All right, I got 1 more question. 1 fervent hand right here. All right. Different types of dorms? All right. So the question was about the different types of dormitories. So as Dr. Moore indicated today, we've got a little bit of something for everyone. So we have got the traditional kind of double corridor, 2 beds to a room college experience. We have got suites, simple suites. We've got super suites. We've got rooms that have their own bathroom and their own bedroom with a common space. So we have got a little bit of everything. I will say that as we look at our housing stock, we've got about 1,300 new beds on our campus. We've got another probably 1,200 beds that are being renovated. So we're doing some substantial renovations, and then the rest are kind of in the middle. So according to what you want to spend on your housing experience, we have got something for everybody in that. All right, y'all, I appreciate your time so much this morning. Here's the giveaway, okay? So the deal is you asked some great questions. So the great thing about being the president is you get the prerogative to do some things you don't get to do. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to do a $1,000 scholarship for one senior, a $1,000 scholarship for one junior today, if you'll just go in and apply. So we're going to draw that name. We're going to get that name before we leave here today, and we're going to make sure that we've got that scholarship for you because we want to invest in your success. So I'm assuming if I give $1,000, somebody's going to take it, right? All right, that's what I like to hear. It has been great to be with you all this morning. Thank you for giving your time and attention. I know that it's hard to sit and get too much. I am thankful for the administration for letting us come and talk to you. We are committed to your success. We hope you choose EKU, but wherever you go, we wish you the very best in all that you do. Thank you very much.